So March through May is definitely the peak season for a yellowfin tuna over here out of Canaveral. This trip is a 4 a.m., leads a dock kind of all day trip. It's definitely an experience, to say the least. You're going on the other side of the Gulf Stream. You're running 80 to 100 miles. There's no telling what to expect over there. We've caught some giant dolphins, some big tuna. We've caught blue marlin. We've caught hatchet marlin. There's really just a huge population of pelagic fish, and that is just something that you get up in the morning for, is to go over to the other side and see what you can catch. Here at Fishing Florida, it is definitely our craziest trips of the year. A lot goes into a tuna trip. You have to have the right gear, you have to have big rods, you have to have big line. There's a lot of, prep work for this trip. We prep ballyhoos, we prep bait the day before. There's definitely a lot into this trip versus just a standard going over to the West Coast where we do bottom fishing. You have to prep the day before of where the good water temperature is, where the good currents are. There's a lot that goes into it, but man, if you can make them happen, what an awesome experience.
Well, Laramie, we put a lot of customers on yellowfin tuna this year. What do you say we go get some ourselves?
Yeah, I agree. It's May, it's prime time right now. Tuna fishing's been really good. We've caught some, nice dolphin. We've hooked a couple blue marlin, landed them this year. Fishing over here on this coast has definitely got it going on right now.
There's something about these yellowfin tuna. I don't know if it's the way they pull or how hard they fight, and it's, it's technical finding these fish too. You don't just run out to a spot and drop your bait down and catch one. You got to find these fish.
No, we rely on our Furuno electronics all day long. They show us, the depth that they're in. The radar is unreal. I mean, we're finding bird packs out to 10 miles, and that's super crucial because these fish are definitely, they're bringing the bait up. The birds are on the bait. The birds are everything, and it's definitely technical, and it's fun when it happens.
Absolutely. So me and Laramie invited our buddy Tanner O'Shea to come with us. He's a seasoned fisherman, fishes on a lot of sport fishers, been on Freeman's a lot, and having his knowledge and help on the boat was very nice to have. So on these trips, typically we carry 800 to 1,000 pounds of ice. These fish need a lot of ice to cool them down. They're a hot fish. Typically we burn 250 to 450 gallons of fuel a day, so you always want to make sure you got enough in the tanks. So out of all saltwater fishing, chasing these yellowfin tuna is my favorite thing to do. It's very technical, a lot of preparation into it, and even if you have everything going right, a lot of things can still go wrong.
Port Canaveral, Blue Points Marina, it's where the rocket takes off, it's where the cruise ship terminals are. There's a lot going on right here in this area, and what makes Port Canaveral so special is the Gulf Stream runs. It's probably anywhere from 40 to 80 miles out every day, so you have like a 30-40 mile stretch of the actual Gulf Stream. So when you get on the other side, you start dropping temperature, you start getting into like a whole new atmosphere of the 40 miles you just run through. And believe me, when you get on the other side, that's where all the magic happens. So we just made our long run, got out here about 80-90 miles, pulled up to our first bird pack. Got the birds working real good out here on tuna right now. I've got 4 rods going. I think we're about to get tight right here, G.
I think so. Got the outriggers out, got the baits way back, got some rigged ballyhoo on sea witches. That's their treats. We'll see if they like them.
Yes, sir. So the reason March and May are so good over in Canaveral is because when the tuna birds show up. These fish are migrate. These are not resident fish. These fish don't live here year round. There's definitely some that stay, but the tuna birds migrate with the fish as they pass through. So without the birds finding the tuna, because basically what's happened is the sequence of life. So there's bait fish on top, the tuna are coming up to eat the bait fish, and when the tuna do, that pushes the bait out of the water, or they have a little few pieces, and that's why the birds are there. So the birds are there eating kind of a food chain system. The birds are there eating the bait that the tuna are pushing up, and that's how we find the tuna, is with our birds using our Furuno radar. I mean, everything's got to be right for this to all come together. There you go, fish on.
That'd be one on that one. Yeah.
What you think, G? Been circling through that pass of birds a little while and finally got a couple bites.
Yeah, finally got a nice pack of birds, marked some fish.
Nice yellowfin, G.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, it is.
Finally found that promising pack.
Yes, sir.
Good marks on the Furuno.
Yes, sir, and here they are.
This is the most important part, though.
Yes, sir, the last little bit's definitely the toughest part of the fight. These fish, they try to get in the motors, they try to get in the boat, they try to do everything they can to get off.
He's about to get in the boat.
I got a knife right here for him when he does. Making his old circles. Pretty good one. That's a good one, dude.
Stick him.
Yes, sir. Woo! Good yellowfin right there, buddy.
Yeah. You get him?
Yep. Woo! That's a good one. Yes, sir.
Nice
Had 3
fish.
knockdowns, caught 1. Well, G, first bird pack, few loops. Yellowfin tuna.
Pretty solid one, too.
Yes, sir. That's a good one right there.
55, I'd say.
Yeah. Made a nice bloody mess. We got to clean up.
Yeah, that's typical.
Yes, sir. Nice fish, buddy.
Thank you. You catch yellowfin inside the Gulf Stream, but on the outside edge, it stacks up bait. And that bait stacking up on that edge makes it easier to pinpoint where the fish will be. It is a long run to the other side of the Gulf Stream, but that's what makes it exciting. You know, it keeps a lot of other boats inside the Gulf Stream chasing other fish when we're on the other side chasing these monster tuna.
Fishing for pelagics, for some of you guys that don't know, and there's definitely some that do, the moon is involved, the feeding times. A pelagic can be a day-to-day fish. There's some days you can't do anything right. Then there's some days where they're just eating the bottom out of the boat. You know, and that's kind of all of what you find out as you get out there, as you go throughout the day and kind of feel how fishing's going to be for that day. So once we find the birds with our radar, the work's really just begun. We run 4 to 6 rods. So I mean, it can be complete chaos, getting rods out, making sure there's not weeds on them. We run them in our outriggers. There's so much that goes into getting and presenting the bait right. We have to run small leader some days. We have to run bigger leader, the current, the waves. There's so much you want to do to try to position yourself to where you can get your baits by the school of tuna. And usually, if you can present them right, all chaos, all 4 rods, all 6 rods, I mean, it is a wide open bite.
Yep. Got one on.
There he is, fish on. Burning down, boys.
Slow down a little bit.
Probably want to slow down, Tanner. That thing, hey, slow way down. This fish is big over here. Yeah, go to neutral. Come crank on this one.
Come crank on this one.
Come crank on. Well, boys, that's what you hope for right there. Made a pass, 4 rods out, 4 knockdowns, hooked up with 3. This one right here is dumping 20-pound drag. I mean, that spool is leaving. Running out of string right here. Yep. Looks like we're gonna be in it for the long haul with these.
Uh-oh, mine got eaten. Mine might have just got eaten. No, not for sure. I don't think so. He made a big run like he did.
See, that's a professional. Take it out of the rod holder.
He's about to show you how professional it is when he gaffs his own fish. How close are you, Tanner?
Oh, I'm not close enough.
Okay.
How close are you?
I'm getting pretty close myself.
Yeah, mine's getting pretty straight up and down.
It's a marathon, not a race.
That's right. This fish, everything I keep gaining, he takes right back. This joker's a real one. There he goes again, running back with it. Everything I just got. And then some.
Yeah.
I got shark.
I think I may have at one time.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Wasn't a decent yellowfin?
Yeah.
I might have a shark.
Look at that one. That sucker started dumping line there for a little while. I think I know why.
Mine did too, I'm scared.
Mr. Jaws done got this one.
Yeah.
I reckon he didn't leave us much, so I'm gonna give him back to him. Well, just got my fish up, head, nothing but head. Garrett had a big run on his tuna and we're wondering if he got shark, but that's kind of part of it, you know, running out here with these big schools of fish. A lot of predators come in, we get shark quite often.
The longer you fight them, the more chances of them getting shark.
Yep. That one got shark pretty quick. I mean, right off the bat, he made a big run. I'm sure that's when he got shark, so. Hopefully we got 2 whole ones right here. You know, truthfully, I got the good end of the deal because I ain't still on that bat, boy.
Back isn't gonna be sore.
No.
Yeah.
I caught him. Y'all are slow.
Yeah.
Why didn't they have to buy the 80 wides?
Ooh, I've been cranking on this thing a while. There's a lot of water down there.
Yeah, the deep ocean, ain't it?
Only 2,500 feet.
Nah, that ain't too bad. Reel him on up here.
He's coming. Tanner bringing the head in quick. Yeah, with no tail.
Yeah.
All right, next time.
Yes, sir.
Another solid tuna there.
Another good one right there, buddy. Good job, G-Money.
Hey.
Way not to get him shark.
Yeah, I try my best. All right, let me get this second one in real quick. Let me get mine out of the way.
All right, one down, one to go.
You got a
You
head.
got a head.
Or tail
Or
wrap.
a tail wrap.
Might be tail wrap. Yeah, there, you're straight now.
Oh, he's pissed now. He's coming right towards you. How does it?
I don't know. Looked like it was tail wrap for a minute.
He's scoping back down now.
Yeah.
Tail wrapped and unwrapped himself. Now he's going down for the real fight.
He was a lot easier to reel in tail wrap.
Yeah.
Saved me a little bit. Hey, here he is. Fight right here.
Yes, sir.
Woo! 2 nice fish in the day.
Yeah, what a great day out here in the Atlantic, out of Port Canaveral. You know, here at Fishing Florida, this is what we're all about. Bucket list fish right here.
It's a non-stop fight.
Woo, they fight hard for what they are, man. And let me tell you something, table fare on these guys is for real.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, sir. I think we're gonna ice these babies down and take it back into the port. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Yes, sir, good job.
Good job. We spend the majority of the day chasing these bird packs, putting the lines out, not getting bit, reeling them back in, putting them out, and you're always riding around hoping to find that floater. And this day we did find the floater, a giant floater. Every day we go offshore, we hope to find that floater, the holy grail of fishing out there. You know, the more the object that's down in the water, the more likely it's going to hold bait, hold fish. You know, anything from mahi to tuna to wahoo. The reason the floater is so good is because there's not any structure out there, especially it hangs down deep in the water. But the floater we found today did. One of the keys to fishing on the other side is being prepared. You never know what you're going to come across. You know, have your spinning rods ready to pitch a bait out to a mahi, or a jigging rod ready to pitch down to a tuna you're marking at 200 feet, or even a wahoo that you might mark on a floater.
Well guys, found a nice floater out here. Got a big dolphin on. Usually that's kind of the going thing out here in the big blue ocean. You find something floating, there ain't nothing for them to be on, and you can almost guarantee you're gonna get bit on it every time. That's a nice dolphin.
Yeah, good one.
Woo, pretty good one right here, boy. About to jump. Here he comes right here, G. Yes, sir. Nice shot with the gaff. There we go.
Nice little bull.
Yes, sir. Floater gets them every time. Well guys, we're running in from a good day of tuna fishing. Found the floater. You can't pass them up. Beautiful bull dolphin right here. Gonna be good eating. Go good with that tuna.
Oh my God, Laramie, look.
Oh yeah, a wahoo down there.
Yep. Oh, yep.
He got it?
He had it.
Going down that.
Give me another one out real quick.
He eat it?
Yeah, he ate it. Definitely a wahoo. So we pulled up this floater and marked a bunch of stuff down 100, 150 feet, and definitely think it's wahoo. Dropped the first jig down, he smoked it, cut me off, so try to get lucky and get him to bite the hook this time.
Got him, G?
There he is. Ah, might be that.
I don't think so.
Hey, can you gaff him? He's small, but he's gonna break it. Might need a smaller gaff. Hell yeah, boy.
Woohoo!
Nice. Old slow pitch jig paid off. That's why we carry it around every day. It's a wee-hoo, but hey, he eats. So we tried to head in Laramie, but you can't pass up a floater.
No, you sure can't. You never know what's gonna live on them for sure. Nice little wahoo to top off the day right there.
Absolutely. I think that might be an offshore slam. Boy.
Oh, I got them all now. So our other side trips out of Canaveral are probably one of our favorites here as captains. We get a lot of people who get there first who don't really understand how strong a 50, 60 pound fish can be. You know, and over there on the other side, we see a lot of guys catch big dolphin, big wahoo. We had a few blue marlins. These trips are just super special because you never know what's gonna bite, and the clients are always over ecstatic for that real big fish. Our tuna season is about 2 to 3 months long. With that being said, these trips are hard. It takes dedication. You gotta want it. And even though how tired you can be, at the end of every season, I cannot wait to get back to Port Canaveral and go pull on some yellowfin tuna again. So on today's episode of Tuna Fishing, I'm kind of going to give you a rundown of the basic setups we use here at Fishing Florida that seems to work for us. So we run two different options. We run a 50 wide and a 80 wide. Usually on the 50 wides, we run 60 pound leader. This is usually for like a more finicky tuna that have been fished for, or tuna that we made a few passes through that, you know, they kind of get the jig of 4 baits going by, so usually we have to step down to 60. Ideally, we try to run the 80 wides. We run these with 80-pound leader, an islander, a handler sea witch. You know, there's a bunch of different things you control. These definitely work best for us. So for rigging, we use the more traditional technique. We run a 6691 Mustad hook, islander, like I said before, weight, the old copper way of rigging. This way is super easy. It makes your bait swim true. You know, presenting your bait perfectly to these tuna are a big thing. If you don't have a ballyhoo, if you're like a beginner, that you know, you need to learn how to rig a ballyhoo, because if you have a ballyhoo that swims crooked, it causes twists in your lines. There's so many different ways. It's really pretty simple. We run the hook down through the gill of the ballyhoo and come out to where your hook sits straight. And then from there, you use your copper wire to run up through the fish's nose and tie him in properly so you control that fish at, you know, 6 to 10 miles an hour. This is a rundown of all the gear you need to catch yellowfin tuna. If you're interested in booking a trip with us, you can go to ffcfishing.com. We run charters out of Cape Canaveral from March to May. It's really a fun time for friends and family, and a yellowfin tuna is one of the baddest fish in the ocean.
Ha ha!